Joni, your players mentioned about the physicality of Vanderbilt and they're able to switch on defense problems. So is that one of those, seeing them on film, but maybe they even played better in person than they looked on film?
No, they played how they looked on film. They're physical on film. It jumps out at you if you're watching it and paying attention to it. They're tough on both sides of the basketball. So they were who they are, and we did not handle it well at all. I thought we got pushed way outside of our spots to catch the basketball, and so they forced us to run our offense in places that we weren't comfortable doing it. So passes weren't there, shots weren't there. I didn't think we were aggressive at all, attacking the top foot on drives. And then we let them shoot open threes, and that's their plan A. So, like I said, this is the first time in a long time we've let a team get plan A. But for them to make 12 threes is really, really disappointing because they do that really well, and we allow them to.
That being said, I think you only had 3 turnovers in the first quarter, close game. Then what changed from your side, your team not able to match that in the second quarter?
Yeah, I thought when they continued to turn their pressure up, we just got soft. I thought we killed our dribble. We thinking like, okay, here comes the person who's supposed to come here for me to pass it to. So I pick my dribble up thinking she's going to be open, and then I get to her and she's not open anymore. And so now the ball is dead, and now I'm throwing something up or I'm not aggressive in what I'm doing. I thought they sped us up a little bit offensively as well. We got in the air and made some plays that weren't like us in terms of like just the decisions we made once we got in the paint.
Joni, you mentioned it last week, or I guess after the Florida win, but the windshield's bigger than the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
How do you turn that around, maybe, I guess, the same way with Texas coming up?
Oh, we have a week to focus on us. Like, yes, Texas is really, really good. They're the number 2 team in the country. But we've got to focus on us because every team in this league is really, really good. And so this week won't be about Texas. This week will be about us.
Lauren went out there early, saw her with a little brace on her leg. Just what's her status and what happened there?
Her knee blew up after Florida. And so we rested her Friday and Saturday. And then she warmed up a little bit and tried to give it a go and couldn't. And so we're never going to put her or anybody else's safety at risk if she can't. And Lauren's, you guys know, she's tough as nails, and she tried to go out there and do what she could. So once I saw that she wasn't mobile and the pain she was in, we pulled her. That obviously, I'm not going to say if she would have played that it would have looked different, but it would have looked a little different. But she's just day to day. The bye week comes at a great time for her, so hopefully we can get some of the inflammation calmed down in her knee and get her to feeling better.
Is that one you did out-rebound them, though, without
Yeah.
Ware? Is that one of the...
I thought Emerald was really big for us and what she's able to do. I thought she competed. We talk about having competitive stamina. I thought Lemyah did that. I thought Emerald did that. And Emerald is someone who has continued to just come out every single day and have a better understanding of her offense, have a better understanding of how she needs to do things defensively. And I thought she played really hard.
With this being all about y'all this week, what do you want to see out of this team this week?
Response. The same thing we've seen, right? We've got to grow up. We've got to have response. We've got to embrace physicality. We like to be physical, but we've got to be able to embrace physicality when it comes to us.
How do you think the game plan worked? Taking away Nye pretty early on, and then it seemed like she was having some difficulties in the second half of driving and forcing contact.
Yeah, I thought so. They were switching us on some stuff, and I thought she became passive offensively, and instead of trying to turn the corner. And we've got to do a better job of putting her in a position to be successful when that happens. And I thought we kind of stood around and watched a little bit as well.
Go ahead, Cece. Nah, what made it tough to guard their 3-point shooters today? They got off to big start shooting threes.
When they got good guards that can penetrate and kick out, they just got a lot of open shots, and we didn't stick to the game plan, which was guard the 3-point line, make them shoot contested jump shots. They hit a couple contested jump shots, but for the most part, they did whatever they wanted. So I think today they just was more physical than us, and we just got to come back and be more physical and And that's a great team. At the end of the day, that's a great team. They aren't number 7 in the country for a reason, for no reason. So yeah, they were just more physical than us. So that was the biggest thing.
And what about in the first quarter, you didn't have really a lot of turnover problems. You had 2 or 3, but then the second quarter, they started to really mount up. What maybe was different? Anything different about their defense that caused those turnovers?
I mean, they were more aggressive. Again, like we got pushed off our line. No one was. We was kind of just all just standing behind our man, not really trying to lean into him and get open. So I think the biggest thing for us is just handling the physicality and not letting them take us out our game. We know that we can play basketball. We wouldn't be here for a reason. So the biggest thing is just playing our game, and I feel like they just took us out our game all game. We never really got back into it.
With an opponent like Texas coming up, you talked about getting back in the rhythm of your game. You have a week to kind of reset. So what is practice going to look like this next week in doing so?
Honestly, being more physical. Like that's the biggest thing for us is that when teams get more physical than us, then we kind of let them be more physical. So our biggest thing is just bouncing back. Again, we got another tough opponent. The SEC is no joke, so we know what to expect. I mean, practice is just going to be exactly what we need, and we just gotta respond. Again, we responded when we with Georgia, and then we went to Florida. So we just gotta keep responding, and that's just our biggest thing is just a response.
Lemyah, same for you.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I mean, we have a week to prepare. I mean, I'm really not worried. I think it's going to be a great test for us again to go up against a ranked opponent. And again, the pressure, we have no pressure. Like, no one is really expecting us to win. So I think that's the best part is we have all the time in the world to go and prepare. And then after that, just continue to stack games. And I feel like getting to play these better opponents, we're just going to continue to grow. And I think it'll show up later on in the year.
Any ladies take anything positive about this game at all? When you look at it, anything at all you take positive?
I feel like the people that we needed to step up off the bench, they did a well job. T handled the ball well. Lemyah coming off the bench and was aggressive. So I think that's a positive. E coming to step up. She don't really play that many minutes, but she came in and she gave us some big time minutes when Lauren wasn't playing with us. So I just think that's just a testament to who we are, and we have people to come off the bench and do exactly what we need. I mean, it wasn't the outcome that we needed, but they definitely came and they stepped up and they did what they were supposed to do. So I'm very proud of that.
It was a competitive first quarter. What happened out there that might have fallen off later in the game?
I think like what I said, I think they were really physical. And I think when we start getting pushed off our lines, we kind of get shots blocked. We might have gotten some calls that we were expecting to get and didn't get. I think that's when we start to shy away a little bit, and that's what we need to in the future not do. But I think that's where the game kind of slipped out of our hands was they were running with us and they wanted it more, and I feel like we just started to shy away.
So both of y'all mentioned physicality, and I thought, look on TV, the Georgia game was physical, Florida game was physical. I guess a lot of us think of Vanderbilt as a finesse team. Maybe you not think of Vanderbilt being that physical. It's one thing to watch on film, but once you play it, both y'all ladies mentioned physicality today, about today.
I think the biggest thing with them is that they're very big on switching, and when you switch, it's kind of hard to get what you want, especially when they're in the passing lanes a lot. So I feel like, and then they also were pressing a lot the game. I think they're very tenacious on defense, so that's kind of what made it hard for us. Maybe physical wasn't the best word, but I feel like they were really relentless on defense, and I think that's what gave us a hard time. It was kind of like playing ourselves, so it made it a little trickier.